Cable 10 Mississauga is owned and operated by Rogers Cable TV Peel and by McLean Hunter Cable TV Mississauga. Rogers Cable subscribers can reach...
Be in between the pipes to start the game, at least. Maybe Al Scott will finish it up. And we've got at the far end, there's Dave Jennings from Firefighters. No backup for Dave, so we don't know who's going to be in backing him up if indeed he gets injured. Maybe Dave's a rugged young fellow. He'll be able to handle it himself. Also assisting Jim McKenney behind the Peel bench there is Deputy Chief Jim Wingate. Jim's been around hockey for a number of years. He's quite accustomed to being in hockey rinks such as you were, watching your young lads grow up, and spending most of your time standing around with a hot coffee in your back pocket there, Ed. And Jim's the same way.
Got a lot of miles in the rinks, I'll tell you that much.
That's the problem with hockey parents. In the summer, their cars automatically drive to the hockey rinks, even though they're all closed. There's John Canapini. He's the assistant captain. He'll be taking the opening face-off. He'll be flanked by number 10, Graham Symington. And on the right side is going to be number 16, Travis Pettenuzzo. Taking the draw for the Firefighters, number 10, Scott Kerr. And the game's underway. Here's an early break, tripped up over the blue line. Firefighters get control, can't get it out. Jennings steers it away. A dangerous pass sent back there, and he'll smother it for a confusing face-off right off the bat there, Ed. The boys are a bit confused.
That's a bit quick start. It's a little confusing when you're a white sweater and you're shooting at a white sweater.
That's right. So the face-off to the left of Dave Jennings. Won by the Firefighters. Cleared out over the line. Doubling back, here's the Bruce Chapman, the corralled. Rink-wide pass, tipped in by the Firefighters over the boards. And we'll have a face-off outside the circle. We actually got two referees. Keith McCreary's wearing a referee jersey as well.
Well, he's playing the part of a linesman, though. He's dropping the puck.
Yeah. Peel Regional Police. Here comes Scott Kerr in alone. He drills one into the far corner.
Nice play all around.
He was sent in alone there and picked the far corner. Jennings came out to cut down the angle. That's Scott Kerr, number 10, who rifled it in. No, not Scott Kerr, excuse me. That's Graham Symington for the Police. Graham Symington in alone. Here's the replay. Symington head fake and drills one right into the lower left-hand corner. Jennings never even got a piece of it. Here come the Police again. And that one stopped up the line. Here come the Firefighters.
Net's off.
And the net's off the moorings. Will be a stoppage in play. So a goal there in the first couple of minutes already, Ed. I don't know if these guys can keep up this pace. I don't know if Eddie Shack can keep up the pace as well. Was he in behind the play there? I guess he was.
He called that from a long way off.
Drilled in. Jennings stops it easily. He sends it out himself out of Eddie Jackman from way back when. Dumped in. Here come the Firefighters circling around. Number 14, Marty McNally, scooped up now by Paul Allen. He's in alone. He drills one. And it's deflected off a skate and beats Jennings again. Jennings is down on that one and ready to pick it up, but a little change of direction.
Puck really changed speeds on him, too. He was ready for the hard shot, and it slowed down and went right over his glove, I think.
Here comes Allen. The shot deflected off the stick of number 4, Glenn Gilbert, I believe, and Jennings really had no chance at all. It's a 2-0 Peel Police here in the early going of the first annual Crime Stoppers Cup. Chapman dumps the firefighter coming in. He scoops it around on the right-hand side. Intercepted, a lazy pass picked off. Here come the Firefighters. And he drills it wide. That was big Mike Corcoran drilled one wide. 2-on-1, broke it up nicely. Firefighters cleared out. Chapman circles back. Rink wide, scooped up. Got it caught in his skate. Can't dig it out. Stu Campbell backpedaling. The spinorama. Almost a spinorama. Stewie lost it there a little bit. Dumped in. No icing. It's waved off. Stu Campbell broke up that play. Too bad it was for the firefighters. Drilled wide. Campbell headmans it. Drilled in. Jennings scoops it back to the corner. Picked up again by the police departments. Now here come the firefighters. Doug Lewis. He's lost it. Chapman stripped him of the puck. Symington, who got one goal already, up to Canapini. They fail to connect, and here come the firefighters back on the offense. And he makes a nice move. That was Doug Lewis, got around Eddie Shack beautifully on that one. Dumped in, and Wheeler sends it around to Brian Adams. Brian Adams wearing jersey number 5, just back from the Grammy Awards. Scooped up by the police department. Firefighters backpedal. And they'll start up the ice. Headman by Duffy McCarthy up to Scott Kerr. Failed to negotiate that pass. Steve Terza couldn't pick it up. Here comes Canapini down the left side. Puts the brakes on. Dumps it in. Scooped up by Duffy McCarthy. Sends a rink wide. Scott Pollitt can't center it across. Pollitt will change. Oh, Eddie Shack helped out there. Not really. Pollitt was about to scoop it up, and Shack tipped it with his skate. Adams sends it around to Canapini. Canapini headmans it over the boards. There'll be a stoppage in play. Just under 14.5 minutes left here in the first period. 2-0 for the Peel Regional Police over the Mississauga Firefighters in the first annual Crime Stoppers Cup.
By my count, Bob, firefighters haven't got a shot on goal yet.
That's true. That big Corky, Mike Corcoran had a chance there, but he drilled it wide. Here come the 3-on-1. Broken up nicely as Glenn Gilbert stayed home on that one and broke up a 3-on-1 single-handedly. Now here comes Scott Kerr down the right side. There's the first shot on net, steered by Nigel Gonzalez. He got that one, had the butterfly out. Pollitt takes a nice high shot, steered to the corner by Gonzalez. Now the firefighters are on top a little bit here. Field police do get it out, scoop it out to center. Nifty bit of stick handling by Tim DeNike. He's still got the puck in behind the net. Chapman finally strips him of the puck and sends it around. Oh, Bobby Strain tried to send Allen away. Instead, Allen picks it up. Deflected as a souvenir in behind, and the fan doesn't really want the puck, so he throws it back in.
Reminds me of the Chicago Cubs.
With Big George Bell patrolling left field.
Sure.
Well, firefighters get a couple of shots on that shift. Finally tested. Gonzalez handled one with the right pad, and the other one steered away with a blocker. Play underway again. Just under 13 minutes gone in the first period. Corcoran down the left side. He tees it up. No, he doesn't. Goes into the corner, centers it in front. Ken Stevenson couldn't put the handle on it. Here's another 3-on-1. Heavy shot, looking for the 5-hole was Gord Smith, right on target, but Jennings matched up on that one. Here comes John Wheeler. Across the Donnie back in the slot. Just couldn't connect there. It was a good pass and play as Dave Warren couldn't put the final touch on it. Here's Wheeler, dances over line. He's offside.
That line that was just out there for the Peel Police plays well together. They moved the puck real well. Looks like they've played together for a while.
Yeah, and this squad, as you can imagine, Ed, gets younger every year and a little faster. And if you can imagine, maybe a long time ago, I might have played on this squad.
Yeah, right.
At least that's what I'm going to tell my kids.
Well, you can tell them
I could have been a contender, you know that. Intercepted. Chapman steers it up. Dumped over by Petnuzzo. Everybody standing still at the blue line. Here come the firefighters. Marty McNally couldn't scoop it up there and send him away. A nifty move there by Dave Bernhard. Steers it in front. Corky couldn't put the handle on it. Dumped in again by Marty McNally. Corcoran's got it in the corner. He sends it around the boards. Nobody's home. Now here comes Symington. He just dumps it in. Change him up on the fly. In behind the net. Firefighters getting organized. Off the boards. Picked up by Al Britton. He's stripped of the puck. Long shot. Tom Barter right on target, but steered easily away by Gonzalez. John Wheeler fighting along the boards. Bobby Strain picks it up. There's a headman pass to Al Britton. He's got some wheels. He tees it up. A bullet-like drive.
Good shot.
Al Britton. Usually Al likes to carry the puck and stick handle around and deke about 3 guys out before he pots it in. But this time he says, I guess a little tired from last night, and he tees it up. Petnuzzo sent him away, and then Al Brett just tees it up. Beautiful shot.
Goalie had no chance on that at all.
No, he's frozen right in the crease there. 3-0 Peel Police over the Firefighters. Crime Stoppers Cup. Here comes Bobby Strain. He cuts in. Tries to jam it in. Jennings home on that one. Big Brian Adams back checking here. Steers it off the boards. He gets it out over the line. Here's Strain, picks up the loose puck. Dumps it off. Paul Allen. A nifty move by 2 firefighters. He stick handles into the corner, puts the brakes on, centers it, and nobody there for the police department. Brian Adams tees it up, drills it off the boards. And it's dumped in. Wheeler wraps it around the boards. Kept in nicely. Now the police department breaks out. Al Britton again down the right side, rather the left side. And that old Gilbert Perreault move couldn't work. Everybody in the whole world knows that one now. Stu Campbell back. Feathers a pass out to Don Back. He's got some wheels too. He left the stick behind, but he's still skating. He's got the puck, but no stick. One of the toughest things in hockey, you know that, Ed? Trying to pick your stick up when you're going 100 miles an hour. Around the boards, dropped in. Play a little scrambling, guys falling down all over the place. There's a shot over the net. Stu Campbell on the backhand, wraps it around. Funny bounce off the glass. Still in behind the net. Oh, a dangerous pass almost went in off of Scott Pollitt's leg into the net. Now here comes Scott Kerr. 1-on-1. A nice move. And I think hit the goalpost, didn't he? Or maybe Gonzalez got a little bit of the catching glove on that one. A nice move by Kerr to sneak in there. Here he comes down the left side again. He tees it up. Big shot off the blocker. Gonzalez steers it right back. Kerr, he's got it again. I think he might have the puck nailed to his stick or something. He can't seem to get rid of it. Symington down the right side, waiting for Canapini, dumps it into his skates. Canapini centers in front. Wheeler corrals it. A weak-looking shot. Here comes Marty McNally down the right side. Nobody up there with him. 4 Peel Police members back, and McNally all alone. Here's Glenn Gilbert up the side of Mike Corcoran. Corky dumped it across. Nobody there to pick it up. Here come the firefighters again, dumping it in. No icing, and the Stevenson picked it up, dumped it in front. Nobody could corral that puck in there. Brian Adams carries over center. He drills it in. Changing up on the fly, Paul Allen intercepts a clearing pass. He circles around, dumps a little nifty pass over to Bob Strain on the left-hand side. Back to Allen, a little give and go. Allen dumps it in front. Can't seem to put a handle on it. Firefighters just happy enough to get it down, and I think they're going to call this one an icing. There's a whistle.
I think they had to get a break there to give Shaq a little breather too. He doesn't get to change up like these other guys.
He's always wearing that hat, isn't he? Does he wear it when he goes golfing in the summer too, or what?
I've seen him on the course with it, yeah. Of course, he's not golfing, he's just running the course.
Dumped out in front, intercepted by Doug Lewis. Lewis fails to negotiate a pass with Andy Great. Paul Allen for the Police. He scoops it up. Nice move. Dumps it off to Bob Strain, the left-hand side. Strain centers it. Jennings steers it to the far boards. Dumped out. Didn't get it out. Stu Campbell, a good job of keeping it in. Stu Campbell takes one off the Mellon there, trying to keep it in. Centered Bob Strain, rink wide over to Al Breton. Al Breton drills one wide. Stu Campbell will have to put his head down and dig this puck out of the corner. Over to Bruce Chapman. Chapman happy enough just to get it out over the blue line. Duffy McCarthy up ahead to Tom Barter. Barter looking to center it in front. Andy Grape was wide open. They couldn't get him the puck. McCarthy rink wide. Over to Dave Bernhardt. He dumps it in. Brian Adams back for the Police to dump it in. Donnie back out muscled to the puck there, and he fell. He's back on his feet again. And they change up on a fly again. Wheeler back in for the Police, scoops it up off the boards to Gord Smith. Smith back to Wheeler. They get a little organized here. Wheeler steps out. Strides out over the blue line. Intercepted by Scott Kerr, who dumps it off to Steve Terza. Drills one way up high. Can only score along the ice, right, Ed, in those long shots?
Oh, you got to hit the net first.
Got to hit the net first, yeah. Kept in. Kerr tees it up, big save. Gonzalez come right out and face the shooter on that one. Rinked by Glenn Gilbert. Headmans it. Intercepted the Police. That's picked up. Tim DeKnight just drills it in. Kept in by the Firefighters. Loose puck corralled by Brian Adams. He ad-libs his way supposedly over the blue line. There he goes. Steers it up to Gord Smith. Smith in across the blue line. Getting a little bit of out muscle there by Glenn Gilbert. Here comes Scott Pollitt. He's fighting off Canapini. He's still got it in the corner. Round Adams. He dumps it out. Nobody there to pick it up. Kept in at the blue line. Here's Stu Campbell. He turns. Looks up ice. Nice move. Sends it through Canapini's legs. Didn't pick it up. Icing waved off. DeKnight around the boards. Chapman now steps in over center. He drills it into the corner. Everybody's on side again. Jennings behind the net. Tees it up. Glenn Gilbert off the boards. They get it out. Canapini dumps it right back in again. Jennings stops it. Symington in there fighting, trying to keep the puck in. The Firefighters do scoop it up. Ken Stevenson, he's got the puck. Looking for someone. A nice nifty pass, and was just steered away at the last minute there. Gonzalez had to kick the toe out in rapier-like fashion to stop that one. Here's Pollard in behind the net. The old wraparound, and Gonzalez, a young lad, Ed, wasn't going to be fooled by the old wraparound play. You ever score in a wraparound?
Never scored in a wraparound.
Did you ever score?
I've never scored.
There you go. That narrows it down, so there's not too many of these goals you've ever seen before. You've seen a lot from the stands.
Oh, yeah. Against my team, I've seen them score.
Not the ones you coach, though. all championship squads, no doubt, eh, Ed?
That scoring opportunity was caused because the back checker just didn't come back. They left the defenseman all alone there.
Paul Allen takes it off his skate. Couple of head fakes. Nice wrist shot. Nice low and wide of the stick side. Just didn't get it on net. Mike Corcoran sends it across. Nobody there to pick it up but Chapman. Chapman gets it stolen off him as well. Allen rings it in. Back to pick it up, Dave Bernhardt. Bernhardt fighting in the corner. Bob strained, can't do much. He doesn't have a stick. He left it back about 40 yards down the ice. Firefighters dig it out. Here comes Dave Bernhardt, rink wide. Intercepted again, dumped back in by the police department. Mississauga firefighters scrambling around here. They're down 3-0. The last minute to play here in the first period. Bob Boyne along with Ed Dryden doing the play-by-play and color commentary of the first annual Crime Stoppers Cup hockey game. Eddie Shack giving young Paul Allen a lesson about how to really dish out an elbow.
Oh, he ought to know.
Eddie Shack's been on the receiving end of a few elbows in his day, too. 3-0. There's a score up on the screen there. Less than 30 seconds in the first frame left. Doug Lewis. I like Doug Lewis. He's virtually alone out there, though. And stick handling around, nobody to pass to. Just a dozen seconds left here in the first frame, Ed, and we have an icing call, and the time will run out, and they'll face it off at center for the second period of the first annual Crime Stoppers Cup hockey game.
Bob, I like this Paul Allen for a big, lanky guy. He's got some decent moves out there.
Yeah, a young lad was a cadet down 11 division. Worked on the shift down there. Young kid. His dad works for the police department as well.
He doesn't look like he's going too fast, but nobody seems to be able to stop his moves.
He's a deceptive stride. He's okay. We'll be right back with the second period in the first annual Crime Stoppers Cup hockey game.
Watching Cable 10 Mississauga, a service provided by Rogers Cable TV Peel and McLean Hunter Cable TV Mississauga.
Back here in the second period, 3-0 Peel Police. Here's Kerr, tees it up and deflected wide off of John Wheeler, steered that one wide. Firefighters in front. Oh, and Gonzalez stacks the pads and robs big Scott Kerr on that one. Wheeler tees it up. It's blocked. Firefighters dump it out. Steered away Brian Adams up ahead to Don Back. And that one goes over the boards as well. That Scott Kerr right in the goal crease there, just ready to steer it in, and young Nigel Gonzalez stacked the pads up.
Made a great save, great save. They almost got to the rebound, but fortunately one of the defensemen cleared it away just in the nick of time.
Baseline off just outside the blue line. Stu Campbell does finally pull that patented spinorama move of his, but coughs up the puck. Anyways, here comes Ken Stevenson. Headbands to Mike Corcoran. He drills one off the blocker of Gonzalez. Dump back in. Firefighters still have control of the puck. Now it's intercepted. Chapman cruises dangerously in front of his own net. Headmans the puck. There's a shot way wide by Graham Symington. Picked up by Mike Corcoran. He loses the puck over to Canapini. It's kept into the blue line by Chapman. He steers it in front, makes its way all the way to the far boards. Campbell pinches in, can't corral it. And there's he stolen by Marty McNally in alone. What a nice effort. What a nice goal. What a second effort by Marty McNally, number 14 of the Firefighters.
I think he was laying down when he shot.
Holy smokes, what a great one that was. Let's have a look at this one, the replay. Look here, McNally in, falling down. Great effort.
Excellent play.
Stayed with it all the way.
I didn't notice whether Shackey had his hand up for a penalty on that or not.
Well, it would have been a penalty anyway.
You would think so.
Then again, a penalty to you and I might be not one to Eddie Shack.
That's true.
3-1, the Police leading the Mississauga Firefighters' first annual Crime Stoppers Cup here at the Port Credit Arena. Bob Boyne doing the play-by-play along with an old pal of mine, Ed Dryden. He'll be doing the commentary. Dumped up. Here's Bob Strain. He can't corral the pass. Firefighters dump it out. 2-line offside. I recognize that one. I remember that.
I didn't think they'd catch it, but it was a good job.
We get a lot of that stuff called in Friday night hockey. You play with a few lads up the Meadowville 4 rinks. A lot of 2-line, a lot of 3-line offside.
Oh, I can understand.
A lot of us don't like to come
back
back
over
rush
center. And that's it.
Yeah.
One rush a day.
Yeah. A lot of us don't like to come out of the snack bar either.
Get on him in there when you're playing.
Tim DeNike rings it around the boards. Pinching in there was Al Breton. He kept it in. Firefighters, here's Al Breton forechecking. Andy Greep sends it ahead. Almost sent Lewis away. Just failed to negotiate that pass. Stumped out. It won't be able to be kept in. Backpedaling now, Glenn Gilbert at center. Just flicks a little pass ahead to Tom Barter, who dumps it in. Brian Adams, rink-wide pass right on the money to Bob Strain. Strain sends it rink-wide over to Al Breton, and he can't send it back to Strain. Good idea, but they couldn't negotiate it. Brian Adams pinches in, doesn't take the man. Luckily, we got some great back checking there by Paul Allen to help out. John Wheeler fails to stop Andy Greep. He drills a shot wide. Here's Strain rink wide over to Al Breton. He's got some wheels, but he won't catch up to that one. But he does get it in the to help with Keith McCreary steering the puck. Then in John Wheeler blocked in front. Eddie Shack almost picks up the bouncing puck. I tell you, if he could catch a bouncing puck, he'd be playing for the Blue Jays. Chapman waiting for his fellow teammates to get organized. Don back, drills it into the Firefighters bench. He's got to be careful he doesn't injure John Whaley. Imagine John Whaley going on TV with a few stitches or something like that.
I don't know, though. I've talked to John before. I don't think he's a stranger to stitches.
There's a Firefighters bench there.
Well, I was expecting fire wagon hockey, actually, with
barn burner type action.
Barn burner, yeah.
Well, we can't have too much electricity in this old wooden structure here on Stave Bank Road, Mississauga. Smith drills one right on target. Jennings steers it to the corner. Kept in, Donnie back centers it. Firefighters can't get it out. Campbell into the corner. The backhander doesn't actually make it to the net. Just dumped out. Stu Campbell corrals it. He takes a tumble. Here comes Steve Terza across, looking for Scott Kerr. Kerr's got it. He's dumped, goes into the crease. Gonzalez into the crease. The net's off its mooring. Is there going to be a penalty or what's happening?
Well, Shackey didn't put his arm up. He just kind of blew the whistle.
Scott Kerr, he got that puck, and all of a sudden it seems like an extra burst of speed.
He's quick. He is really quick.
He's got the fast feet. There's Kerr in and just basically tackle. There's no other word for it.
Actually, Gonzalez made a nice save on him.
Yeah. The draw won by the police department. There's Gord Smith, can't get it out. It's kept in. Teed up by Marty McNally, who's got the lone marker for the Firefighters. Pinched in along the boards, Chapman holding it.
It took a while in the first period there for the Firefighters to get their first shot on goal, but right now they're out shooting the police by 13-10.
Oh,
they've really come back.
A lot of those shots have been up high, right at them though.
Yeah, but Gonzalez has made some good saves.
Oh, yeah.
Some really good saves. I think that's probably the difference in the score right now.
Big scramble. Petnusa sends it across. Oh, Mike Corcoran fails to connect on that one. An excellent opportunity for the Firefighters. Kept in Glenn Gilbert. It goes rink wide. Here comes Symington. He circles back. Bounced off the puck slightly. Back pass is scooped up and stolen by Ken Stevenson. He loses it in turn. Finally does get out. Down the right side, Petnusa drops it to Symington. Just didn't get there in time. Good back checking by Ken Stevenson, the Firefighters. Kept in. John Wheeler drills one up high. Doesn't make its way through. Here comes Denike. He dumps it in. Firefighters change on the fly. Wheeler just whips it down the ice. It doesn't have enough steam to make it all the way down for ice. It does. Linesman Coles puts his hand up and signals an icing. Makes Keith McCreary skate all the other way to the other end of the rink to get it. There's Keith McCreary, former NHL great. Really appreciate him coming out and volunteering his time for the first annual Crime Stoppers Cup. And that thank you goes also out to Eddie Shack, John Whaley, and Jim McKenney. Look at the wheels on Al Breton. Al Breton ends up in the cage. I don't know if he's just
a little slow getting up there.
A little slow. Al's a tough little customer. Take more than that to keep Al out of the lineup. Here's Al. Look at his burst of speed in. I think he just might have whacked his grape there on the side of the pipe.
Possible. He got spun right around and taken down.
Yeah. That's one reason why everybody should be wearing a helmet. In the case of us old guys, Ed, well, we didn't have to wear helmets when we were playing hockey. We wore our helmets on the inside.
Yeah, I can tell.
Chapman backpedaling. He scoops it up around the boards. Bob Strain on the backhand. Just dumps it out. Scooped up by Tom Barter. He scoops it right in. Less than 10 minutes remaining here in the second frame. 3-1, the Police leading the Fire Department. First annual Crime Stoppers Cup hockey game at the Port Credit Arena. Steered right in front. There's a big shot. Paul Allen took that one in the hand. He was shaking his hand a little bit. Still, it won't be coming off. It's pretty tough to hold the stick now. Here come the Firefighters, rink wide over to Barter. Bob Strain over center, kicks it up to himself, takes a shot, steered away by Duffy McCarthy. Here comes Barter, he just gets it out over to Doug Lewis. Doug Lewis headbands it to Andy Greep. His shot never makes its way through. Wheeler sends it through center. It fails to connect with number 21, Dave Warren. Warren chases in. Stolen by Don Back. A good solid shot. Jennings come way out of his net to face that one. Here comes Scott Kerr with the big wheels around the outside. Drills a shot just a little bit wide. Here comes Gord Smith down the left side. Brown in behind the net. He centers it, comes right back to him. He tees it up, drills one. Far side. A little bit of a screen there. You can't fault Jennings on that one.
No, but he had far too much time to shoot. Nobody came to him at all.
Well, Gord Smith went all the way around the back of the net, looking to set somebody up in front. And fortunately, he hit it off somebody's shin pad, come right back, and he teed it up. Here's Gord Smith right around, back off, and see you later.
Good
Fourth
shot.
tee, there you go. You like that form. 4-1. There's a big shot as Scott Pollitt made his way in there, rung it off the post on the stick side of Nigel Gonzalez, and the Firefighters are back in it. It's always good to get a quick goal like that right after you're down.
That'll make Whaley real happy. He wouldn't want to get beat too badly by McKinney's crew.
It was Terza that sent it over to Scott Pollitt. He picked the far corner there. 4-2. The police leading the firefighters here with less than 8 minutes to go in the second period. Dumped in. Chapman will have to backpedal to get this one. Looking around, he sends it up through center. Here's Petnuzzo in alone, waiting for his teammates to gather in here. Sends it back to Canapini. A long wrist shot never makes its way through. Chapman, lone man back. Off the boards to Symington. Symington just backhands it, dumps it out. Firefighters happy enough to dump it in. They'll change up. Fresh legs over the boards. Here comes Chapman. Oh, Chapman dipsy-doodles his way across the blue line. Headmans it to Petnuzzo. He puts the brakes on and sends Canapini offside with that little hesitation at the blue line.
Actually, Symington got pushed offside there. It wasn't his fault. Yeah. He was trying to straddle the blue line there, and the defenseman alertly pushed him over the line.
Again, no penalty. Crime Stoppers Cup here at the Port Credit Arena. Bob Boyne along with Ed Dryden. Play-by-play and color commentary. The police lead the firefighters 4-2. Petnuzzo hesitates for a moment, loses the puck. In behind the net, Dave Bernhardt sends it around to Mike Corcoran. Corcoran sends it back to Duffy McCarthy, hops over his stick. McCarthy around to Ken Stevenson. Firefighters looking to get out. Mike Corcoran headmans the puck. Here comes Marty McNally, one of the snipers for the firefighters, offside at the blue line. Yeah, Marty McNally, that goalie has the very first firefighter goal. What a solo effort that was.
Fabulous, fabulous. Goaltender had no chance at all on it.
Well, the goalie did everything he could. I mean, how do you expect the guy lying prone on the ice to rifle it by you?
Well, he didn't expect a shot at all. He went across with it, but...
Dumped in by the firefighters. They give chase. Brian Adams, he winds up. Can't get it out. But Bob Strain dumps it ahead to Paul Allen. Rink wide over to Kyle Britton. He steers a shot. What happened there? Did I miss something?
I don't know how.
In and out, didn't it?
Don't know. He made a good save, but it looked like he had the whole open net, and I think he just steered it right back into the goaltender.
Yeah, that was complete robbery. Dave Jennings, let's have a look here. Al Bretton, the shot. The rebound. What a... Holy smoke, Dave Jennings has picked that one out of nowhere.
He did. He just steered it right back into him. He didn't get good wood on it.
But he just got the trapper out there, smothered. That's the end of that.
Sure. Guy's looking like Grant Fuhr all of a sudden.
Yeah. Nally across. And Phil to get the good shot off there was Ken Stevenson. It was a nice effort. Firefighters starting to come back here and give the young police squad a go of it here. Strain headmans it all the way in front. Here's Al Bretton. Deeks the backhand. Jennings rises to the occasion. The big highway robbery there. Jennings has two gigantic saves. Sure goals in the last minute or so.
Yeah, he saved them. The police squad could put this game away, but he's made a couple of great saves.
Jennings is what looked to be a few weak goals at the beginning were good shots in themselves. He's just made some spectacular saves here. Bob Strain down the left side. Dumps it. Al Bretton wasn't around. They've almost caught the police in a line change there. Donnie back with his wheels. He gets back, scoops it up, and loses the puck. And Barter centers it in front. Stu Campbell, big Stu Campbell. Not too many guys going to move him off the puck. Nigel Gonzalez behind the cage stops it for Chapman. Chapman rink wide to Stu Campbell, his defense partner. Stu sends it up the left-hand side to Don back and offside. Gord Smith, I believe, snuck in there just a little bit early. It might have been Dave Warren.
I'd like to see a replay on that, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
A few fans here aren't too sure of that call either.
Yeah. Not a bad crowd out here at the Ice Palace here at Port Credit. The first annual Crime Stoppers Cup. Firefighters drill it in. Campbell circles the net. Drills it out to Gord Smith. He headmans it. Don Backhand picked it up. He's moved off by DeNike. Last man back, Chapman drills it rink wide. That one stopped by Glenn Gilbert. He stood in front like shades of Don Orey. Used to block shots like that all the time for the Boston Bruins.
Now you're dating yourself.
Well, Don Orey, little known trivia, played in the Montreal Canadiens, won the Stanley Cup, didn't have his name on the cup. Finally, a penalty. Eddie Shack's going to call a penalty here.
I think he signaled hooking, but if that wasn't a hold, I don't know what it was. But at least the guy's going to get 2 in the penalty box.
Who's going to the sin bin there is Bruce Chapman, player coach of the Peel. Chapman puts the grab on Kerr in a big way.
Sure had to call that.
Yeah.
Now we'll get a chance to see the power play here.
First penalty called here in the game. Less than about a minute and a half left here in the second period. 4-2 the Police. Scott Paul has fallen down on the puck, and he's fallen down and he can't get up. Scott Kerr on the draw against, that'll be Graham Symington. Kerr wins it, drops it back. McNally drills one nice and low.
Right along the ice.
Right along the ice. That's his second goal of the game. Chapman relieves himself out of the box, taking a costly penalty there. Here's the importance of winning the draw. McNally drills one low to the stick side.
The importance of a low shot, too.
That's it. Half a minute left here in the second period. Those enormous saves by Dave Jennings now loom even larger, Ed.
Sure do. Right back in the... It's a real tough game right now.
Oh, what a nice move! And Jennings comes out and stones Graham Symington from in close. As Symington virtually undressed. Here's McNally on the breakaway. He goes to the forehand, and he ties the game up with his third marker. Jennings makes a big save at one end of the rink, and what do you know?
Comes right back and scores. That's a tough time to score, too, against the firefighters, or for the firefighters. Tie it up with about 6 seconds left to play in the period, well, I'll say.
Let's have a look to see who sent McNally on his way on that breakaway. Big burst of speed. There's the big save by Jennings after Symington undressed the firefighter defenseman. Looking. I'm not sure if that was Duffy McCarthy that sends him away. Here's McNally. Nice move to the forehand, and beautiful.
Clear cut all the way from center ice. Clear cut breakaway.
And
it's almost like a penalty shot.
He's got the wheels. No one was going to catch him.
Not a chance.
Not a chance. 4-4.
Excellent hockey game. Just excellent.
And we'll be taking a break now. This is the first annual Crime Stoppers Cup hockey game. And there's your score, ladies and gentlemen. 4-4. The firefighters fighting back here, and the Peel Police 4. And we'll resume Bob Boyd and Ed Dryden with the third period action momentarily.
You're watching Cable 10 Mississauga, a service provided by Rogers Cable TV Peel and McLean Hunter Cable TV Mississauga.
Welcome back. It's the third and final period of the first annual Crime Stoppers Cup hockey game, and what a match it is. The police department started off like gangbusters, but the firefighters come back in a big fashion themselves. It's a tie hockey game, 4-4, and we're going to be playing 15 minutes left in the game. Tempers flaring a bit there alongside Eddie Shack will take care of that. His young Scott Pollitt took exception to what happened along the boards there. We have had a friendly game so far, Ed. We don't need any of this sort of nonsense.
Looks like he's tossing a couple there, yeah. Shacky should know all about that sort of thing in the corners.
And he knows a lot about guys sitting down in the penalty box, too. We've got Scott Kerr going off for the firefighters and John Canapini heading to the sin bin for the police department.
Did you notice the spurs on the back of Shacky's skates out there? He's got spurs on the back of his skates.
No, come on. What is his horse double parked outside, or what's going on?
Just goes along with the cowboy hat, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. As long as he doesn't have a couple of 6 guns, we'll be laughing. The teams will play full strength as coincidental minors. Here comes Paul Allen. Circle around, he's hooked to the ice, no penalty called. Bit of a dive there out of Bill Barber of the Philadelphia Flyers back in the late 70s. Here comes McNally. He's already got 3 goals for the firefighters. Circles around, centers in front, and is tipped away. And it hops over the stick of Glenn Gilbert. He couldn't keep it in. He backpedals the assistant captain of the firefighters. Headmans it up to Scott Pollitt. In front, looking for the 5-hole was Steve Tersey. He was robbed by Nigel Gonzalez. Came up, faced the angle. Dumped in. Stu Campbell will have to backtrack to pick that up. Goes in behind the cage. Headmans to Bob Strain. It's intercepted by Stevenson. It's kept in. Scooped up by John Wheeler. He headmans to the Strain, who just steers it down the ice. Firefighters regroup. Here comes Dave Bernhardt, circles around on the left side. Rink-wide pass intercepted by Gord Smith. Recovered by the firefighters. They dump it off. It hits the back of young Dave Warren. Scooped in. Smith drills it in. Jennings stops it behind the net. Mike Corcoran, rink-wide pass. Nobody there to connect with it. Smith takes a slash in the knee and he dumps it in. Dave Bernhardt play a little bit ragged right now. Stevenson along the boards, scooped up by Donnie Back. He just drills it back in, and it'll be offside, or did that go over the boards? I can't see from here anyways.
I think it's gone over the boards.
Yeah. John Whaley took another one off his shoulder or something.
Well, at least there's no stitches involved.
Yeah. Stevenson failed to take the draw that was won there. Stumped in by the police department. Duffy McCarthy in the fighting in the corner gets it out. McNally down the right side. He can fly. Stick handling around. What a move there. Dipsy Doodles, he just failed to pick it up himself. McCarthy circles back off the boards. Dave Warren can't keep it in. He muscles along the boards with McCarthy. McCarthy boots it ahead.
Talk about your spinoramas. Was that Marty McNally that did that?
Again, yeah. Here comes young Dung Jackson in the booth, gives us the replay of that spinorama by Marty McNally. What a move. That guy can really handle the puck.
Oh, yeah, put back through his own feet.
Kept in Doug Lewis. There's Tom Barter in the corner. Centered out in front. Nobody there to pick it up. Tim DeNike was crowded. Here's Canapini. Centers it across. What a big save by Jennings come out to rob him. It's going to be a penalty coming up here.
Nice play by Canapini. He's made a couple of good moves like that. Looking for somebody to pass off to. He's making some great plays, I think.
And he's the one who drew the penalty on as Andy Griep will go into the penalty box. So this will be the Peel Police's first power play game.
Well,
here's Canapini gets dragged down. Oh, no, he takes a high stick to the face. That was it.
Yeah.
Thanks to Don Jackson and the boys in the truck to have a close-up of that one so we could see exactly what happened.
Completely accidental.
Yeah, but still.
Oh, good call.
Come up there, and he'll be sitting down for at least 2 minutes.
Unless
Paulett dumps it all the way down the ice. Chapman lone defenseman back. Teammates come back to regroup. The far side, here's Gord Smith. He scoops it, it's lost to Kerr. Kerr picked it up, dumped it back, and the firefighters do have control. And they send Paul away. He sends Kerr in alone. He drills it up. I believe that's his second of the game as well.
We're going to have a tough time figuring out who's the most valuable player.
Yeah, this that's a huge goal. It sends the firefighters head 5-4. Here's Kerr in alone, tucks it up where they keep the peanut butter on the top shelf. A short-handed marker. And Paulett made a super play to send him in all alone. Intercepted by Al Britton, takes a high stick to the head. Dublin back now is Gord Smith. Puts the brakes on, comes out the other side of the net. Over center. Tees it up in the blue line. Long shot. Drills it wide off the skate. Paul Allen can't corral it. Here comes Kerr. Looks like another 2-on-1. Lone man back. John Wheeler stays home. And the pass doesn't make its way through. And the firefighters are looking themselves to be in a power play when they're one man down. Gord Smith over center. He tees it up again. Long shot. It's tipped and it heads way up into the rafters. 5-4. The firefighters leading the police department here with 10 minutes and 50 seconds remaining. There's a young lad scooped up a souvenir from this, the first annual Crime Stoppers Cup hockey game on Cable 10. Bob Boyne along with Ed Dryden. And there's Eddie Shack, spurs and all, the head referee for this match. John Wheeler circles back to his own zone. Gets a head of steam up. Heads it across to Bob Strange. He steers it into the corner. He's rubbed out of the play by Steve Terza in behind the net and drilled all the way down the ice as Duffy McCarthy takes care of that. We got 29 seconds remaining in the penalty. The police department will have one more shot at it here on the power play. Here comes Symington up the left side. He's stripped clean of the puck by Terza. John Wheeler sends it across the backhand. Graham Symington drops it to Al Britton. He's muscled off the puck. Here's McNally. He drills it down, and that'll end the penalty. As Andy Griep will be jumping out of the box in a matter of right about now. Bob Strain on the left side. Can't corral it. Griep ahead to McNally. He dipsy-doos. This guy reminds me of Denny Savard. Look at this moving here. And he's knocked off the puck by Brian Adams. And he'll be going off.
It's the only way he could stop him. He just reached out and corralled him. Some good moves out there.
This Marty McNally is shades of Denny Savard.
Both the same size, too.
Yeah. And
take a look at him. He looks like him. Yeah.
And there's McNally. Watch this move here. Beautiful move, and out comes the clothesline, and Brian Adams is going to the penalty box for hanging out his laundry on a clothesline. It's kept in at the line. DeKnight drills it wide. He gets another shot, another one wide. Chapman steers it in the corner. He'll get another crack at it. He drills it all the way into the bench, and young Chapman should be doing too much of that because Deputy Chief Jim Wingate on a bench down there might have a few words to say about Chapman's career if he keeps that up.
Firefighters scored the last time they had a power play as well.
And they scored that shorthanded marker as well. So when it comes to the special teams, you got to give the edge to the firefighters, no doubt about that. Got Scott Kerr on the draw. He loses it, but Pollitt jumps into the face-off circle and picks it up. Chapman squeezing the puck along the boards, killing time. Pollitt's got it in the far corner. Back pass to Duffin McCarthy at the point. Long shot picked up by Chapman. He tried to send young Dave Warren away. He couldn't negotiate that pass. McCarthy behind the net. Here comes Marty McNally. He's already got 3 goals. Terza in across the line. Over to Pollitt, back to the point. McCarthy tees it up. This one will go over the glass and down to the snack bar. Here's a look at number 3, Steve Terza, playing up on the right-hand side on this power play effort. Bernhardt tried to keep it in. Here come the police department. Young Pet News are ragging the puck there. Terza tries to send Scott Kerr away. That pass didn't connect. Stu Campbell on the backhand. He gets it out. Bernhardt, rink-wide pass. Here's Doug Lewis. Oh, Scott Kerr's robbed by Gonzalez. And the puck dumped out. 30 seconds remaining in the Peel penalty. Brian Adams will be jumping back on, unless, of course, the firefighters score before the expiration of the penalty. Scott Kerr looks behind him, can't find the pass. Canapini drops it back. Stu Campbell brings it off the boards. That'll go the length of the ice. And there's a dozen seconds left in the penalty. Brian Adams readying himself to get on the ice. Lewis corrals it. And that's intercepted and drilled back in. And that'll be the end of the penalty. Brian Adams scoots to the bench. He'll be replaced by someone a little bit speedier than himself. There's Al Britton chasing the puck. Dumps it in front. Nobody there except Doug Lewis. He scoops it up. Paul Allen drills a shot right into the numbers of Dave Jennings. Stood the test there. It's been a while since Jennings faced any sort of test there in the net for the firefighters.
Shots are 21-17 for the firefighters so far.
Still, and the score indicative of the play as it stands right now, 5-4. The firefighters leading the Peel Regional Police. Shot drilled in front. Al Britton couldn't get a stick on it to steer that in. Keith McCreary helps out Brian Adams on that one. Things get a little rough. Sticks getting high. Eddie Shack, they'll have to sit a few of these guys down to calm them down. Paul Allen will be heading to the penalty box, and so will Andy Greep will be going in there. That's his second penalty of the match so far. There's the Port Credit version of Claude Mouton at the Forum in Montreal. Rob Orr doing the announcing at ice level.
Another famous name.
Yeah. If he could only play like his namesake, he wouldn't be doing the announcing. He'd be out in the ice.
Yeah, but he'd have better knees.
Gord Smith steers it out. He gets knocked down. There'll be a penalty right there. Tim DeNike will be heading over as Gord Smith was going to be on his way at least on a 2-on-1, if not a clear-cut breakaway. He's elbowed or rocked. Here, let's have a look to see what kind of penalty it is. Here's Gord Smith. See, he's gone, and there you go.
Yeah, it looked like a good penalty to take, actually.
Yeah, good penalty to take. And Gord getting close to the Academy Awards soon. Took a nice little bit of a dive to embellish the entire thing.
Well, I had him with 6.5, actually.
6 on the Richter scale or on the, what did the German judge give him? Here's Gord Smith, steers in around the net. Back to the point to Chapman. Chapman rink wide. Hops over Bob Strain's stick. Dave Warren's taking a beating in front of the net there. Kevin Bernhardt really trying to get position in front. Here's Gord Smith behind the net, puts the brakes on, doubles back. Big jam up in front there, and if Eddie Shack can call a penalty in there and sort it out, that's exactly what he's going to do.
That's pretty rough for non-contact hockey. I got to tell you in front of that net there.
You hate to tell the guys to say, okay, guys, for the next 5 minutes we're playing contact. Oh, is that right? So we got Dave Warren, the fellow we mentioned from the police department, sitting down. And off goes his fellow combatant, Dave Bernhardt. Probably going both off for roughing or some sort of...
Gotta be.
Let's see what the manpower situation is going to be out there right now.
Firefighters are going to be a man short again.
Man short. And the police department will be at full strength. Got Canapini and Symington out there along with Pet Nuzzo. And on the point, we've got John Wheeler along with, looks like Al Breton. Slashing and both of them going off for slashing.
Come on, boys. We can take it. Let's go.
Coming, closing in on 6 minutes remaining here in the game. The Mississauga Firefighters leading the Peel Regional Police 5-4 to a hard-fought match. Symington sets her right across. And Al Breton drills one wide and steered in by Canapini. Canapini right on the doorstep. Vic Hatfield for the New York Rangers back in the 70s. Tucks it in. Didn't have to do much except get his tape on the puck, and it's in the net.
Jennings had no chance at all on that one. That was about the third shot that went in.
That'll be a power play marker. Symington across. And there's the shot by Al Breton, and there's Canapini on the doorstep, the assistant captain, tucking it home. 5-5, and the fives are wild on the score clock, Ed. We've got 5-5 on the score and 5 minutes and 55 seconds remaining. That looks to me like a full house. There's Pauly, drills one wide. And here's Terza, steers it up to Pollitt. He tees it up off the blocker of Gonzalez, and out come the Peel Police. Pet Nuzzo, he gets stripped of the puck. Here comes Terza in over the line, and he can't hold on to it. Pet Nuzzo puts the brakes on. He'll just dump it in, and they'll change on the fly. Here they come. Paul Allen back on the ice, along with Strain and Breton, and here comes Scott Kerr down the left side. He's got the burners on. Knocked off the puck by Stu Campbell. Long lead pass for Strain. He can't make contact. Rink wide to Campbell. Headmans the puck to Breton. Breton's pass intercepted. Here comes Doug Lewis. Doug Lewis puts his head down. He dumps it in the corner. Chased in there by Tom Barker. Brother Barter, he's in there. It's over to Lewis. Lewis circles around. The Barter run a little interference for him. Chapman in behind the net now for the Police, over to Campbell. He steers it out. Rink wide, and they just get it over the blue line. Kept in McCarthy. He'll dump it back in with 4.5 minutes left in this game. It's a 5-5 tie. Hops over the stick. Nobody there for the police department to scoop it up. McCarthy dumps it up to Lewis. He can't get the pass. Campbell for the Police. Rumbles over the center line, drills it ahead. No one there to pick it up. Paul Allen dumps it in the corner. Chapman has second thoughts about pinching in. Here comes Greep down the right side. Over to Doug Lewis. Lewis got it. He centered it across. Barter couldn't make contact. Al Britton dumps it out. Here's Don back. Over the blue line, dumps it in front. Jennings had it for a moment, almost steered in there by Bob Strange. Brian Adams, fresh from the Grammy Awards, up ahead to Don back. He won't be going back. He'll be going up along the left side. Here's John Wheeler. Wheeler takes a slash to the arm, but still corrals the puck. He's moved off, and McCarthy gets control over to McNally. He steers it off, and they finally get it out. Brian Adams accidentally knocked one of the firefighters to the ice. Don backs. He's got the puck. 2-on-1. Gord Smith, rink wide. Backhander. Back can't make the contact. Here comes Mike Corcoran. He's moved off the puck. Brian Adams over to Gord Smith. Heads up to Gord Symington. He drops it. Nobody there. Mike Corcoran scoops it up to the firefighters down the left side. He can't bring it in. It'll be a delayed offside. A lot of action here. We've got 2 minutes 45 seconds remaining. A 5-5 tie.
It might be safe to say the next goal is going to win this game.
Indeed. He couldn't ask for a better first annual Crime Stoppers Cup hockey game here on Cable 10.
A real nice tight game, and it's relatively clean.
Relatively. A little chippy there for a couple minutes. Petnusa rubbed off the puck. Canapini picks up the loose puck. Campbell traps it in. He keeps it in at the blue line. He goes down in a heap. Now, what's Eddie Shack got to say about Stu Campbell now? Oh, that's a little strange. I find Stu Campbell not going in the penalty box. He usually, as soon as the warm-ups are finished, he heads right over there at the beginning of the game. Big Stu, spent a few weeks in the sin bin over his career.
That was a little incidental contact.
Incidental, yeah. Eddie Shack laying down the law, telling the boys, let's calm down and play hockey here with 2:32 remaining in the game, a 5-5 tie. Crime Stoppers Cup hockey game. Bob Boyne along with Ed Dryden here at the Port Credit Ice Palace. Now the boys go down in a heap again. That's Canapini and Kerr end up doing a little bit of horizontal shuffle there, a new dance.
They've had a bit of a feud going for the last few minutes here.
Well, they've been facing off against each other for most of the game, haven't they?
Yep. That's the smartest thing to do, I think, is change lines right here. Because McKinney will talk to him on the bench and tell him how he used to do it.
Yeah. He'll tell him how he never got caught doing it. Drilled in by DeKnight, right on. Steered away, Stu Campbell. Stu Campbell takes a hit there by Kerr, but take more than that to knock big Stu Campbell off. There's a shot wide by Al Breton. Chapman rings it off the glass into the far end. Paul Allen drills a long shot, scores! It's got to be a screen shot.
I don't think the goalie saw that at all. It just kind of beat him. He made a move right at the last second, but I don't think he expected the shot from there.
Minute 57 seconds remaining here in the game. Let's have a look at this. The puck is dropped in. It's trapped there by Stu Campbell, and I believe it changed direction, didn't it?
It might have hit that man going across in front.
A bit there.
That man going across in front, it might have either hit him or at least it screened the goalie.
Paul Allen just teed it up, wanted to get a shot on net. The next thing you know, it's in the twine, and they're up 6-5. Gord Smith just dumps it in. Bob Strain took the tip there on the Paul Allen shot. So Strain's got the go-ahead marker here with a minute 42 remaining in the match. Dave Warren couldn't get it out. Now the police department do get it out. Jennings will wander out of the crease to steer this over to Duffy McCarthy. Right up the center, intercepted by Donnie back. He's happy enough just to dump it back in, and the firefighters will have to regroup.
Have to keep an eye on Jennings, see if he's going to come out of the net here.
Here's McNally. He can't get it through, and Donnie back will just dump it back in, and he'll put a little pressure on Glenn Gilbert. Gilbert deflects, finally does get the second chance at it. Rink wide over to Ken Stevenson. He's alone. Jennings wandering out to the hash marks. We've got less than a minute remaining. And a stoppage in play. Jennings looking to the bench to see exactly what the coach has in mind. As the firefighters trail the police department here in the Crime Stoppers Cup 6-5, an exciting match here.
With the face-off down on the police end here, you might see Jennings come out.
Well, it looks like Keith McCreary is set to drop the puck just outside the blue line, so it all depends if Kerr can get this draw, and he does get control. Tonight dumps it in. Gonzalez steers it in. Stu Campbell can't get it out. The firefighters' net is empty around the boards. McNally can't keep it out. Stu Campbell couldn't corral that. Canapini to Campbell. And the firefighters now here with 37 seconds remaining. Here's McNally. McNally steers around. There's going to be a penalty here. The Peel Police in front of an enormous kick save. A bit of a scrap here. Paul Allen fighting with somebody. There's no need for this, Ed. You know, this friendly hockey game, but they're letting them go at it.
Well, I don't know the last time I've seen anybody get hurt in one of these anyways.
Yeah.
A little bit of frustration, a real tight game.
27 seconds remaining, yeah.
27 seconds left.
Well, the thing is, it doesn't really matter what the purpose of the game, whether it be for fundraising, for a championship. When the guys play hockey, they play hockey. They play to win all the time. You can't tell a guy to turn it on and off like a faucet.
No.
I believe that's Scott Kerr, eh? Scott Kerr heading out.
They're all pretty competitive guys, too.
Oh, yeah. Here's McNally down the side there. There's a hip check, first of all, by Paul Allen. Hip check Kerr, and he comes right after him.
Yeah, that's what started the scrap.
Yeah.
No contact.
Now
we'll
see. Let's have a look at the manpower situation here, Ed. See if no one's actually going in there for any minor infraction. I'm sure both the Kerr and Allen have been ejected for fighting.
Yeah, that's the rules. You scrap, you're gone.
Both off for 5 minutes for fighting. That'll be the end of them. They'll be in the dressing rooms right now.
Coincidental majors.
Yeah. So the firefighters got 6 skaters versus the police department's got 5 skaters out there. Nigel Gonzalez in the pipes. And the face-off will be outside. Now they're switching it. It will be inside the Peel Police blue line, just to the right of Nigel Gonzalez.
I'm surprised he didn't call an extra penalty on the police there for that hip check.
They have. Indeed, there's a 2-minute, wait a second here. They're not sure how many people they're going to have out there. There is on the sport timer here at the Port Credit Ice Palace a penalty for the police department marked up there. They will play shorthanded, so they're down 2 skaters. With Jennings now sitting on the bench of the firefighters, the firefighters will be up by 2 skaters.
For
here with 27 seconds left. Dumped in front. Big. Corcoran couldn't get the handle on it. Paul drilled back. The Knight drills one off the glass. Here's McNally. It hops over his stick. It's still kept in. It's finally dumped out here with 12 seconds remaining. It's Duffy McCarthy with 7 seconds remaining. And the firefighters won't get another crack at it. One last shot. And that'll be it. One last shot. And the Peel Police have defeated the firefighters in a tough match here at Port Credit for the first annual Crime Stoppers Cup. What a game. Great hockey, great goaltending, skating, marred by a little bit of chippy play here and there. But what do you expect?
These guys are competitors, and they're all trying real hard. And it was an excellent hockey game. Just excellent. You couldn't ask for anything more than that.
There's a super finish to it. And the guys will be shaking hands here.
Your game's over. Everything's forgotten.
Everything's forgotten. Yep. But the fans certainly got their money's worth here today, Ed, for this. And we hope our viewers here on Cable 10 will stick around for a couple minutes as the MVPs are selected and the Crime Stoppers Cup will be presented to the winning squad, the Peel Regional Police.
A cozy winter evening at home. And the cat by the fireplace. Maybe it's time to remind ourselves of a few inexpensive energy-efficient improvements like weather stripping, insulation, and caulking. Because the more efficiently you use household heating, the less of a strain it is on our environment, and that's a thought we can all warm up to. Let's be energetic about using energy efficiently.
Well, here's the presentation of the first annual Crime Stoppers Cup. That's what the trophy looks like. Mike Prudhomme, the chairman of the Crime Stoppers board, along with Chief Cyril Hare from the fire department and Chief Robert Lunny from the police department, handing over to Brian Adams. They picked up a couple of Grammys. Now he's got the big cup there. And they'll hold on to it until next year at the same very time, Ed, when the police department will play the Royal Canadian Mounted Police out of the airport. They've got a police hockey team out there, and they'll be playing.
I don't want to miss that one. That'll be good.
Yeah.
If it's as good as this game, we've got nothing to lose.
Now our MVPs, their on-ice announcer there, Rob Orr, announcing that a few trophies here for... There's Jim McKinney coming down from City TV. He's going to hand out the MVP trophy to the Peel Police. He'll be giving it to Al Breton. There's Al Breton. Super game. We don't know his point total, but Al was in on a few markers at least. If he didn't score him, he set him up. There's John Whaley from Breakfast Television at City TV presenting Marty McNally. He got 3 goals here today. He helped the firefighters get back into this game.
Showed us a lot of moves out there, too. Well, he's
smooth hockey player.
You compared him to Denny Savard, and I have to agree with you. He had some great moves, this kid.
If I could ask Mike to come back along with Penny Condon, we're going to have to make some presentations to each player on the team.
There's, along with Rob Orr on the ice, there is Mike Prudhomme, the chairman of the Peel Regional Police, or rather Peel Regional Crime Stoppers board, along with one of the board of directors and one of the chief organizers of this match, Peggy Condren. Maybe there's Bruce Chapman taking an honorary gift.
The second player coach from 11th Division, Ryan Adams.
I think at this time, Ed, we'd like to thank our friends at Cable 10 in Mississauga for taking the time out to, and all the volunteers involved and the professional people that are working in the truck down below with Don Jackson and his pals for a fine broadcast.
Good bunch of guys, too. Good bunch of guys to work with.
There's Nigel Gonzalez, some huge saves today. And his backup, Al Scott, number 44. No, we were making mention there during one of the breaks, Ed, about how Don Jackson down in the truck there likens himself to Roone Arledge of ABC Sports fame. And if he keeps this up, that's where he's headed, probably, the big network.
Well, maybe they'll have him go over to do the next Olympics or something.
Yeah, that's him.
Sure.
There's John Wheeler. He played a super game back on defense there today. Broke up a lot of plays. There's Stu Campbell, a rugged defenseman. Played for the police department team for a number of years. So one of the older guys on the team, but still not as old as you and I, Ed.
You got a long way to go there.
Yeah.
I guess you'll never get as old as us either, will you?
No. Not if we live for another 100 years.
Also from 12th Division, John Kennedy.
That Canapini had a good game.
Yeah, there's John Whaley saying bye to all the fellas he was coaching today on the firefighter squad. He's got to get some sleep. He's going to be up early in the morning. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this Bob Boyne along with Ed Dryden saying thanks very much for tuning in, and thanks to our friends on cable TV for bringing this broadcast to you. The first annual Crime Stoppers Cup hockey game. Peel Police pulling it out in the last minute, winning 6-5 over the Mississauga Firefighters. And until next time, remember folks, wherever you go, there you are.